So here we are. The World Cup final is finally here, and it's time to see who's going to win the World Cup Predictor. That's right, guys. Welcome back to the Matt Ayres World Cup Predictor. The rules are on the screen right now. If you don't know them, pause the video and get accustomed. Today, we're of course going to be looking at the World Cup final. We're also going to do the third place playoff as well, and our league table is getting very tight at the top indeed. If you have enjoyed the World Cup Predictor, we also do a weekly Premier League Predictor, whereby each game week we have a little mini competition. Everyone predicts the Premier League results, and we do the same point system we do here on World Cup Predictor and see who wins each week. To be involved in that, please subscribe to the channel so that you see when that video goes live. And whilst you're down there, please hit a like on this video to show support for this series. Can we make this episode get more likes than any other iteration in the series so far? I think the max amount of likes we've got for one video in World Cup Predictor is 10 likes. Can we get more than 10 likes on this video? If we do get more than 10 likes, you guys don't have to buy me a Christmas present. So here is the league table up to the end of the semi-finals then. We've got Stuyben sitting at the top with 59 points. He didn't actually score a point from this game week, I don't believe. Maybe got one for the France result, I can't remember. But he's been caught up a little bit. Jossel has got 57 points, and Marbles had a great round in general. I think he got 6 points overall, which has pushed me and Ben out of the top 3. We will be desperate to try and get ourselves back in the top 3 for the final standings. We will do a video where I look back at my World Cup predictions from a video I did when the World Cup first started, and in that I will include the league table for World Cup Predictor as well. So keep an eye on the channel for that one to see who is our overall winner. To find out our overall winner, of course, we do have to predict the fixtures this week. So we've got the third place playoff, and we've also got the World Cup final itself. The third place playoff between Croatia and Morocco is on Saturday this weekend. So you've got a bit of time to get your predictions in before this game kicks off at 3 PM tomorrow. So where am I going with this one? When your team gets into a third place playoff, the likelihood is you're going to play a load of players that haven't been able to get game time elsewhere. I think Morocco will want to win this more than Croatia do. Because obviously Croatia have kind of been in or around World Cup finals, Euro finals before. They have that experience. For Morocco to get this far is a record for their country, and if they were able to come third overall in the World Cup, that would be huge for both Moroccan and African football in general. So I think they will be more dedicated to winning this game. I think Croatia are more likely to hand out a lot of appearances for lesser players within their squad that maybe haven't had a chance to play so far. Moroccan players, on the other hand, will want to win this game. I think it's going to be a tight one. Croatia have been a team that, for me, have been one of the more stable teams in this tournament, regardless of what happened against Argentina. I think that they've had a very good World Cup. Morocco have just been the team that everyone has fallen in love with during this World Cup. They're very unlucky. They come up against a very good France team in that semi-final, and I think that it was maybe right that France went through in the end, convincingly, in fact. But I still have a very soft spot for Morocco, and to see them win this game will be great. I have gone for 1-1. I think this one will go all the way. I think it'll go to penalties. It'll get decided on penalties at the end of the day. But I think, regardless of what happens, Morocco should be very proud of their performance in this World Cup. And as a nation, hopefully it will manage to catapult them into having more successful international campaigns going forward. The big one then, Messi versus Mbappe. It's what a lot of people will have been rooting for, especially if you're on FIFA's payroll. So we have got Messi, who I'm a Ronaldo fan. I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I'm a fan of players that can do it everywhere they go. Messi, in my opinion, has only really ever done it in Spain. I would argue that his performances for PSG aren't at the level that we expect from Lionel Messi. And previously, his performances for Argentina haven't been at the level that we expect from Lionel Messi. Saying that, however, that has changed pretty drastically in the last few weeks. Messi has single-handedly at times carried this Argentine side through some difficult fixtures during this World Cup and is the sole reason they are in this final. If he was to win a World Cup with Argentina, would he be crowned the best player of all time? I think yes. I think that he would. I wouldn't agree with it personally. I think that he should have done more at club football, maybe come and done it in more competitive leagues. Chose not to, chose to go to PSG for money reasons, to play with his friends, whatever it might be. But I personally think that if I'm going to crown someone the best player of all time, I would want them to do it at the most competitive levels they can play. And I would argue the Barcelona side that he played in for many years and the PSG side he's currently playing in aren't competing on a regular basis with other clubs in and around them. If he was at Manchester City, Liverpool, probably not Man United, frankly, I wouldn't wish that on upon anybody. Maybe, I don't know, like at the moment an Arsenal, for example. If he came and did it in the Premier League, I would rate him quite highly. If he had done it maybe at Bayern, potentially, I would rate him a little bit more. I just think that the move to PSG kind of put a bit of a dampener on his career, in my opinion. Obviously, other people love Messi, will praise him for absolutely everything he does, and rightfully so. He's an incredible player, naturally talented beyond belief, and if he was to win the World Cup, he would go down. He already is going down as one of the greats, but it would just add another arrow to his quiver. However, there is a team called France who have overperformed a little bit in this World Cup because they had a lack of players really coming into the tournament. Benzema going home injured. We also had obviously Kante not being involved, Paul Pogba not being involved, players that you would usually staple in as French players that would guarantee positions maybe even in the starting 11, let alone the squad. They've come in, and the players that have come in, young talents, have all performed above and beyond what I expected personally. People like Tchouaméni come in and done really well. I've forgotten the lad's name as centre half alongside Varane, but he's played brilliantly as well. Hernandez has played really good at left back. Obviously, Mbappe has had moments in the World Cup that have been really good. Antoine Griezmann, my personal player of the tournament, if I'm honest with you. I think Antoine Griezmann should get player of the tournament. He won't. It'll go to a Messi. It'll go to an Mbappe. In my opinion, Antoine Griezmann gets player of the tournament. He's been absolutely brilliant. So I will, with this prediction, the way that I think this game's going to go is very much down to a French side and a French squad that have overperformed above my expectations anyway. I'm sure not above theirs. They're a confident bunch, let's face it. I have gone for Giroud. Giroud's played brilliantly as well. Anyway, I'll move on. I have gone for 3-1 to France. I think that Messi has got so far with this Argentine side, but playing up against France is easily going to be their most challenging tackle to date. I think that this French side are pretty special. They've got a lot of squad depth, and the young lads have shown that you don't need to rely on people like Mbappe necessarily. I think Mbappe, if you look at the England game, had a really poor game. Was really quiet. Kyle Walker did a great job, and Mbappe didn't exist. Antoine Griezmann, Olivier Giroud were incredible in that game and unstoppable at times on the ball. So, you know, this French side are going to have too much for Argentina. I've gone for 3-1, and I think that even though maybe Messi will get himself a goal in the World Cup final, in his last ever competitive international game for Argentina, I don't think he gets the win. So my final predictions for the World Cup Predictor on the Matt Ayres FC YouTube channel for 2022 Qatar World Cup is this. Third place playoff is going to be 1-1 between Croatia and Morocco, the team we've fallen in love with during this tournament. And the final is going to end 3-1 to France, and they are going to retain their title as champions of the world. Champions of the world. I don't think anyone's ever called the World Cup winners that, but it is what it is. So that is it for World Cup Predictor, guys. Remember, we will do the results of this within a video that I'm going to post after the World Cup, reacting to people like player of the tournament and that sort of thing, comparing it to my predictions before the tournament started. We'll also take a look at the league table and see who won this prediction game. If you want to be involved in Premier League Predictor, a weekly competition in the future where you can join at any point in the season, it doesn't matter, we're just competing for that week, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please hit a like on this video as well to show your support for this series. It's been a lot of effort and a lot of work on my end to get the graphics ready, to make sure that I've counted up people's scores, to make sure I recount people's scores when I get told it's wrong. Lots of things have happened during this series that, you know, I've put a lot of work into it. It'd be really nice if you guys could simply hit like just to show your support for it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.